Let's look at the question. It says, how many such pairs of letters are there in the word instruction which have as many letters between them as in the English alphabet? Okay, as they have in the English alphabet. Let's understand the question with a simple example. Let's take a word or the first 3 words. For example, BACK. Right? So if you're answering this question in context of this word, what you would do is first you would place enter the place values, which is 2, 1, 3, and K is 11. So now if you are to start finding the pairs, right, corresponding to what they've asked, what you'll do is you'll number this from the first to the last number, right? So this is the first alphabet, second, third, fourth. So what this does is it helps you establish a correlation. So now if you measure from 2 to 1, what is the gap? The gap is 1. From 1 to 2, the gap is 1. So this pair is selected. It does not matter whether A lies ahead or behind B. That has nothing to do with the question in concern here. Okay, so BA is a valid pair. Are there any other such pairs if you look at B and C? So the gap is what? 2 plus 1, 3. But here the gap is 1 plus 2, 3. So not selected. Then you could quickly move on to 2, 11. The gap is 9. So that's out of question. Then you move on to A. A is 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. No. So the gap, I hope you must have understood that the gap between the place values and the numbers that you have provided below should be same. That's it. It has nothing to do with whether the alphabet lies ahead or lies behind or is in the chronological sequence. Nothing of that sort. So only measure the gaps. If they are same, then that pair can be selected as far as this question is concerned. Okay. So then what will pair with A? Will C pair with A? No, because the gap here is 1 and the gap here is 2. Will K pair with A? Obviously not. So then CK is also not a pair. So the only pair that you can select is BA. So I hope this helps put things into perspective as far as this question is concerned. So now let's look at instruction as the word. So it's a miscellaneous category question. So you cannot categorize it per se into any other area. So if you look at instruction as a word, let me just erase this. So I9, N14, all the way up to N14. So now if you notice from the very first place, right, which is I. So 1 plus 1 is 2. IN is not a pair. 1 plus 2 is 3. IS is not a pair. 1 plus 3 is 4. I and a T cannot be a pair. 1 plus 4 is 5. 9 and 9 is 18. Does not make sense. 1 plus 5 is 6. 9 and 21, no. 1 plus 6. Yeah. So be careful here. 1 plus 6 is 7 and 9 minus 6 is 3. As I told you, the difference should be same, right? So I and C will definitely qualify as a pair. 1 and 7 is 8 and 9 and 11. So that does not match. 110 and 111. So therefore with I, the only number that matches or the only alphabet that matches is IC. Particularly in these questions, friends, one needs to be careful of alphabets which are separated by a distance. Okay, the ones which are just next to each other, one might spot or kind of might lose out on also, depending on how carefully or carelessly one tends to attempt such questions. Otherwise, even despite understanding everything, one might lose out on crucial marks here. Okay, so be careful. Next is with I, there is no other pair. If you look at N and F, 14, 19, 14, 20, 14, 18 would also not make sense. So N and U, which is 7. So therefore 2 and 6, no. N and C, which is 3. N and T, which is 20. Yeah, so N and T, again separated by a distance of 5. So 6. So 14 plus 6 is 20 and 2 plus 6 is 8. So therefore this qualifies as a pair. I9 would be 9 here. No, would not go as a pair. O also does not pair with N and N obviously won't pair with N. So therefore the pair you have is N14 and 20. Likewise, if you try to find the pairs with the other successive alphabets, you will realize that ST is another pair, ON is another pair, where there is an obvious sequence that lies, these are consecutive letters, and where they have been placed also accordingly. So S and T, N and O, O and N. So therefore, barring these four pairs, you will not find any other such pair where this following logic or this logic follows. Okay. So therefore, how would the final this thing look like? It would look like this. So you have IN, you've got ST, you have got IC, you have got NT, you have ST and ON. So therefore, what's the answer? The answer is 4.